Wow, hello guys. We're doing something a little different today. We are streaming on YouTube today. Hang on. We're gonna see how well this goes. I'm probably not gonna have very much because, well, the usual fan base is on TikTok. But I figured we'd try something different tonight because, I don't know, because we can. Also, it's a lot easier to catalog things, I think, on here because I can just upload the recordings as well. So you guys can just watch these afterwards and see all sorts of stuff. But today we are working on some 3D printed Deadpool swords. So this is one of them, and here is the other one. The idea with these is that these are gonna go in these harnesses that I've been making, also for commissions. Just sliding on right here, all the way in, and they'll hold on like that. Now there's a symbol that's going to go on the face of this as well. Let's see if we can grab it here. So you go right on like that. This is for Marvel Rivals Deadpool. So that is the idea with that. I gotta sand this and paint this, but at the moment we are going to sand and paint this sword here. This is the. I realized the only part I switched on this sword was the handle, so it kind of looks like a whole sword already. But it's cool. It has a nice little Deadpool symbol. The thing right there. So yeah, now we're gonna start sanding. Might be a little bit loud, so stay tuned for that. Whee! Whoa. There we go. I'd be surprised if we get anybody in today because it's not our usual place to stream. Oh, where's my brush? This is how I kind of get the particles off of here. If I can find it, there it is. So we can get the particles off of the sword here. So this is a 3D printed sword that I'm using here, and it is just getting the stuff off of here. And yeah, there we go. The sword right there. Looking pretty good. It's all one color right now, but it has not been painted yet or anything. So the idea with this one is to kind of get this first layer on here because the print I used and the filler is both white. So to really see how much it's filled, I kind of have to sand it down again and get this filler primer on here. It is the 2-in-1 filler primer. This one I use to fill in the 3D prints all the time. That's what I end up using for this and then all of my helmets as well. You don't see any in the background here. There's a Helldiver's helmet, at least right there. That one I use these same techniques for, but I've been doing it more with the swords because, or at least other things, because just it's been easier with the Bamboo Lab, that's for sure. So we're gonna start with that. We're gonna do some more sanding, I think, but we don't need to use, oh, we do. I was gonna say we don't need to use the hand sander anymore, but we do because there's an area up here that you can't see that needs to get sanded still. So I'm gonna do that real quick. That should be the last area I have to hit with that one. Now we're gonna brush off those particles again to make sure that they're just not on our sword. Because when we spray the paint, when we spray the sword with the filler primer, it's going to catch all those particles that we do not want on here too. So we're gonna make sure those are all gone, and then we're gonna get our needle file here, and then we're going to go in the cracks and crevices because one area, yeah, you see some areas have been filled in and we wanna get rid of those. So we're gonna go do that now. Get rid of all that. Just make sure it's fully sanded out. There we go. There it is. Yeah, much better looking. Hello. Hey Avery, how's it going? That's your shout out, I guess. How's it going, guys? What's up, Harold? Yeah, we are working on 2 of these swords right now. I just finished sanding down the other one. And so now we are sanding this one to make sure it's all nice and pretty. There we go. Hello, hello. What's up, guys? If you're new to the channel, we do a lot of cosplay stuff here. This is the first YouTube live for me. Usually I'm live on TikTok because that is where I have the most amount of followers. But I figured I'd try it, do it a little differently today. Especially because TikTok's been going down the water, so I'm trying to figure out what differences we can do to make this stuff worthwhile. There we go. All right. Now we go down the line here too. There's a little, it's a line that goes down the blade of the sword there that also gets filled in sometimes. So I want to make sure that's empty too. So it's all just ready for paint. Or at least the first layer of filler primer. And that'll do. If you guys have any questions, feel free to shoot them out. I can answer any of your cosplay questions or anything about getting into this kind of hobby too. Did I drop my file? There we go. I'm muted. That's pretty funny. If I am muted, I feel like you're lying now. You might be. But you got me. It doesn't actually say anything that I'm muted or not. It just has a little spot right there that tells me that. So yeah. It's gonna be funny if this whole live I'm actually muted. Yeah, that would be a good first live for YouTube, for sure. It's unmuted. Might just be using the wrong thing. Hang on. Is that working now? Hello? All right, let me know, Alex. Is it working or no? Or are you just messing with me? I feel like I have to test it. Maybe. What's that? Oh, that's what that does. It's unmuted, at least as far as YouTube is concerned. All right, sweet. I've been doing good. Yeah, I didn't realize I had to have a separate mic for thing. It's going good. We are now doing some 3D print work. So there's a 3D printed sword that I'm filling in and trying to get rid of all those seam lines. You can kind of see that line. Kind of hard to see on the white sword there, but it'll be way easier to see on this gray sword. You see the lines right there? We're trying to get rid of all those layer lines. They're feeling pretty smooth, at least physically. So hopefully when we go to filler primer this, it'll come together easy. That is the hope. That one might need another pass, actually. I found some spots that I might need to hit. But we will use this as well. Get through here, get all that out. I hope your day was good as well. Is that Alex? Yeah. Makes me very glad I've got these microphones then. I was just using them for making some videos, but this will work too. Whatever works, right? Let's close that up. I don't want to get, as I hit the microphone, I don't want to get stuff on everything. As I get stuff on my Batman symbol. All right, where else is there a little detail piece? I'm not seeing one. We might have to hit it with the sander again. So careful about the noise, I guess. It's gonna be loud. Maybe? All right. All right. Well, that was our second layer of sanding. Now we're going to brush all this stuff off and get all these particles off our handle. A lot of people will also hose them down. I'll probably do that before I actually paint it. But for now, this will work at least for initial sanding. If any of you have ever painted like cars or like auto paint type stuff, it's a very similar process. It's pretty much the same as far as I know. Actually, haven't painted cars myself. Well, technically, but not actually. I haven't been taught professionally how to do it. I've just fixed a clear coat on a car before, and that's it. But it's kind of the same process: sanding, smoothing, and then getting it back in here. That's why people have that joke where, like, if you buy a used car, sometimes it'll be like, what's the joke about Bondo? Something about Bondo. You know. But the idea with it is that the car doesn't actually have like metal anymore in the body. It's just all, what do you call it? That. We're actually going to move over here now so you can see all the fun stuff that I've made. That might be a little more engaging for people to watch and look at. Instead of just me poking at this this sword with a sanding stick, you know? I'm seeing some spots already that I'll have to redo, but otherwise it's looking pretty good. There's a flat one. That's pretty flat. Not quite flat. I want it flatter. That's perfect. That's nice and flat. Feel free to ask questions if you guys are interested in learning as well. If you have questions about how to do this yourself, or if you're already doing it yourself, it's a project you're working on, I'd love to hear about it. All right. Seeing all the particulates in the air on my phone is very funny to me. Oh, I think our print just got messed up. I'm looking at it right now. It don't look right. All right, let's take a look and see if we can fix that. Printer's doing something funky right now. Doesn't look like it's going right. I had something I wanted to do with the printer anyway, so let's go ahead and do that. We're going to replace the nozzle on it because it's been acting a little funky for a little while, so hopefully that'll be the fix we needed on this thing. What's it look like here? Yeah, it's a little twisted up. All right. Okay. Pull this out. It's a little blocked. Not really, though. Let's see what else we got going on here. Let's clip this. See if we can push that out without taking the other part off. Yep, something's stuck in there. There it is. All right, let's get that out. Pull that back there. All right. So now we've done that, we can fix the rest of it here and get a new nozzle on here. These are all 0.4 millimeter nozzles. That's what I use for this one. This is a Voxlab Aguila 3D printer. This company doesn't exist anymore though, so if you want this one, good luck. I'd recommend instead a Bamboo Lab. I'm not sponsored by them at all, so if you want one, that's just an honest recommendation. Where's my gloves? I forget. I just watched a video that on Adam Savage's channel. Where it's a prop maker, and he goes, "Make sure you wear gloves because hot things are hot." And I go, "Yeah, all right." As my fingers melt on these. There we go. Wrench. Tighten it up. And you give it a go. Oh, that's looking good. It's looking pretty good. All right. And I keep these in the box so I know where they are. That is nice. Thank you to the 20 people watching, by the way. It's making this go by a little easier, that's for sure. Oh, that's way too high. How did that happen? Down, please. More, 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 more. Right there. All right, now we can really set it. Yeah, I have it set that I do it manually because my printer was not working for the longest time. When I was doing it the other way. So this has been the only thing that's really fixed it. I wonder why these went out of business, right? But it's still not pushing very much. Oh, there it goes. But it's not sticking to the plate. It's also the issue here. Oh, it's not on there. Yeah, see if that's doing it. Well, that looks about good. Right there. All right, found the spot. Took long enough, right? Cool. We'll rotate y'all back. In more like Wong, like the guy from Avatar, or not Avatar, I guess technically Korra, which might lend me some either good points or bad points depending on who you are. I like Legend of, well, I don't know, perchance. You not seen Legend of Korra, the Avatar reboot? Hey, it's House. How's it going, dude? Did you join from the message in the Discord? I should have added like a link or something. I should probably set that up. Yes. Yeah, I should set up a link to it so you don't have to like look up my YouTube and then find that I'm live. I feel like that's a much easier way. Sorry, it's my first time on YouTube, man. I'm just a TikTok baby who needs everything done for himself, apparently. I'll have to look up Discord things. You didn't subscribe? Oh my goodness. I appreciate that. My girlfriend thinks so as well, Anne. What are we working on? I'm working on sanding another harness for a Deadpool suit. So here's the back plate. This thing is kind of hefty. It's solid, actually. You hear that? You do not want to get whacked with that. And I'm glad there's a cord there to catch these swords. But there's a sword going harness. Quick way. And then this little symbol is going to go like right there. So it'll kind of look like that. And then this is going to get sandwiched between the vest and the straps to hold it up. So the vest will kind of hide the harness mechanism. And then you'll be able to hopefully still draw these from the back. That's still a maybe right now, but we'll see. It worked for me at least. I'm not sure if it'll work for the other people who are commissioning this from me. I don't know how skilled they are at back draws or whatever that kind of thing is, but I am excited to get this mechanism done because I got to do it twice. So I really hope it works the first time, you know. Yeah, I'm also changing up how I do the pouches because before I was making them out of foam, and I based them off of this pouch actually. But I decided that it would be easier to replicate by just printing out the pouch and then doing the little foam thing, or even just printing out the whole pouch, just however many times, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times of these pouches. So yeah. Hang on. I had a question from something. Hang on. 8 pouches? Yes, and that's per suit. So I need at least 8 for one suit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pouches for one suit, and then I need to make one big one for the other thigh, and then that will be all of them for one suit. But for the vest that I'm working on for the first commission, I just have to make 2 of these. So I'm going to test it on these 2. Hopefully it works, and then I'll continue that process for the other full suit I have to make. So yeah, but I'm pretty sure this will work out pretty good. The one thing I was considering, shoot, I just realized something. This is gonna suck. I just threw away my elastic in my pouches. So go ahead and watch the printer for a little while. You can. Oh, it's actually gonna be done here soon, but it's printing right now, so you can watch that. I'll be right back. Going to the garage and into the trash because I threw out something that I didn't want to. I know the mic is still on. I think it's funny. Oh, yeah. All right. We're dumpster diving in my own garbage now. Very cool. Did I take it out already? Is this a different... Nope, it's all in there. That would have been really bad. All right, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I think that's everything. That is so funny. Can't believe I did that. Isn't that just a hoot, guys? So funny. So, I'm glad you guys had fun watching the printer for a little while, but we're back. After our voyage of dumpster diving in my own garbage. We have our elastic that we're going to use, and we have our nylon. Now, I thought this nylon was going to be large enough to use for maybe the straps on the side, but it probably won't be. So what we're probably going to end up using is going to be using this, which is elastic. This elastic is pretty thick, and it should probably be enough to attach around and look like straps pretty well. Because looking at it, it doesn't really look like elastic. It looks more or less like nylon. So I'm pretty sure it'll work out pretty good. And then these hook and eyes are what we're going to use instead to attach the pouches together. I think that'll just work out a little bit better for that. But yeah. By the way, thank you, House, for hopping into the live today. I was mostly expecting nobody to jump in, so even having one person is pretty good. Elastigal. What about Elastigal? Oh, yes. But yeah, it looks like, it doesn't really look like elastic, and then when you stretch it, of course, it's, you know, elastic, duh. But I think it'll do good to mimic the strapping look. I'm gonna try 2 different things with this. Oh, you just heard elastic. Yeah. I'm gonna try 2 different things with this. I want to try to strap it around the thing. I actually don't know if this is dried yet. Oh, it actually has. Wow. Okay, cool. I thought this would take longer to dry, but it did not. Put those back in here. I know I need to organize some stuff around a little bit too. Incredibles 3 has been greenlit? I didn't even hear about that. That's awesome. I love The Incredibles. It's like the Fantastic Four, but, you know, new. Anyway, here is the vest commission that is being worked on for Marvel Rivals Deadpool. So here's how, this is not the one I was working on. This is a new one. Hello, Chris. So this is a new vest that I've been working on. The opening to the arm is actually kind of small, but I think it's kind of fine. But yeah, here's the new one. It looks pretty similar, right? It's the same vest design that I did before. I'm just making it again for someone. Some parts of it I think are a little bit different, but you know, that's just how things go when you make something again. It's not entirely the same. There's always the little things that are different. What we're going to do is going to strap this around like this instead. So it's going to go around to where the harness is on the back, and this will fake the strapping that it has instead of me having to make like a whole harness. Because the idea I had originally with the harness thing, also have to figure something out with this. I don't know what that is doing. It doesn't do that on my other vest. I don't know why it's doing it on this one. It might be the foam. Here, let me heat up the foam and redirect it. Sorry for the noise on that. That was probably loud in the mic, but I need this to kind of curl inwards, outwards. Yes, more like that to kind of hold it in place, because otherwise it'll push it a little way. Thank you, Chris. It's looking cool, right? You can't quite see it because of this, but it has that leather band like right here, so that it can hold stuff together, or not hold stuff together, but you know, hold the jacket in place. The band doesn't hold the jacket. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. It's there so that just because he has that in the other part in the game, he has that. So we're just heating up this foam again to kind of reshape it into the right spot, so it does more of more of the puffer jacket thing. Yeah, more like that. Yeah, there we go. It's doing it a little bit better now. But this is the idea for it. You have yet to play Marvel Rivals. Well, I understand. It's not for everyone, you know. But there, yeah, that's pretty good. I should probably attach these as well. That helps keep things in place. The red I did a little differently too. It's not quite the same, but I'll probably glue these together here so that it stays up, and that's right here too. Oh, you have it in your library right now? That's funny. And then for this part, I'm probably just going to sew a black line across instead. Because before I did like a whole shoulder pad. I can probably still do the shoulder pad. I just need to find a different way of attaching it. I might have to do it by hand. Just take a little while. It wouldn't be that bad. The printer's going really fast right now. It's shaking the whole table. Is it going to stop before I... Yeah, it stopped. I was going to show you, but it started jerking around. Wait a minute. No, this is going to go around the harness. Something's in my eye. Ah! All right. So here is the finished harness that I had made for my suit. This is the same red that I used for the rest of the red paint on the suit. It's a little off in terms of color, but honestly, it's pretty good. Hey, nice. That is a great game to pick up. That game is so good. First Amazing Spider-Man game is fantastic. Yeah. So yeah, this one came out pretty good, and here are the first swords that I made as well. So you can see they have the red eyes on the front and the back right there. They have a red handle. I need to paint the bottom gold still, but these slot in here as well pretty decently, like that. They stop almost in the perfect spot, and then this goes on the back with Velcro right now. Now what we're going to do is going to be a little bit differently. Yeah, Arkham Combat. Yeah, it's a little bit different, just a little bit. But what we're going to use these swords for is, this is another commission actually. We're going to sell these out, or sell those soon, or ship them out soon. I can't even speak right now. And then this, what I have now, the way this is going to work is we have, is it over there? Yeah, it is. We have like a little, we have a little plate where the sword's made out of. They are also 3D printed. So the swords themselves are printed in 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. So they're printed in 4 pieces and then glued together to kind of make, I'd say almost like, not quite a wakizashi size. They're not katana size, but they are like wakizashi size, just so you can actually draw them from the back and not have to worry about like it getting stuck. You could make them big enough that you don't worry about that, but yeah. This is going to go on the inside of the vest, and this is going to go on the outside of the vest. This is the surface that the emblem will connect to, so that is going to go right there like that. And then on the other side, right here, on this side right here, is going to go into the vest on the back, like right here. See if I can line it up okay. Something like right there, about. And then in between that, we're going to put these straps here. We're going to line them up with here. So we're going to put this on here like that. And then these straps are going to line up where these bottom parts are, like right there. They'll line up like that, like it's being strapped to the vest, but it's not actually going to be. And it's going to reach around to here. And then we're going to put the fake pouches on top of them like that. And then they'll be good. Yeah, I'm a good designer and engineer. What can I say? No, people already designed the Deadpool suit. I'm just good at mimicking designs, I guess I'll say. So yeah, what might actually help keep that in place would be a little bit of foam. Honestly, maybe that's why I did the that foam harness, is to keep it all like this, because this is what it needs to be, something like that. So it might be good to do that. Would I ever make my own design? I have designed my own things before, but I've never made them. Yeah. My own Deadpool would probably be... that's the tough part with characters that have already been designed so many times. Like, they've like perfected it, you know? Like, Deadpool with the jacket thing, that's new, right? Nobody's really done that before. So it kind of works well in that regard. Yeah, I need to fill in that area right there. Let's do that right now. I see. Yeah. Where's that brush? Let's get this brush off of here. Or not brush off of here. Let's brush off some of this excess here. All right. So now we have the vest shown and showcased. Kind of take it off for now, because we don't need it on to work. And we kind of don't want to get stuff on it either. Okay. We are going to fill that. Another thing I want to print is actually like a toothpaste thingy, so that I can get the most out of these fillers, because I swear sometimes I'm missing like a ton of filler. You can even see it when you look in the lights right there. There's so much that we're missing. It's interesting. We have the same amount of people in this live than on TikTok, but we have less interaction, which is very interesting to me. Of course, we got the goat house, so it's like, do we really need anybody else? Yeah, the answer is like, kind of. This would be nice to have other people. You know, be nice, but that's cool. I'm glad you're here, house. I appreciate it. The goat. Yeah, house. You're the realest one. You checked the Discord and you hopped in. That's crazy. You don't know about that? You don't think you're enough, house? Do we need to have a talk right now? I just think there's. It's funny that there's 15 other people. Hey, how's it going? We are making Marvel Rivals Deadpool suit for a commission. I was just saying, I was talking to this one guy, House, that it's funny we have like 15, 17 people in here, and only House and I are talking. You'd think with like almost 20 people in a room, somebody else would speak. As I drop my phone. But we're probably only going to be live for a couple more minutes. So get your questions in now, guys, if you have any questions about what I'm doing. Oh, we finished our print. Yeah, I'm doing it for a cosplay. If you check out my profile, if you check out my channel, I posted a reel and a YouTube video on how I made it my Deadpool suit, and now I'm doing another video on the same thing. If I had 500 chairs, why would I have 500 chairs? That is a good question. I'll keep you updated. Probably to fill like a stadium, you know? Seems like a good amount of chairs to have for a stadium. Thank you. Yeah, if you want to take a look at the first one I made, this is the backpack piece, and then here is the sword piece that kind of goes in like that. So yeah. Whoa. And then it draws pretty easily as well. And then you can see my Deadpool mask that I've made is right here as well. This one has the switching eyes, so you can just switch the eyes out. But yeah, I made that. I did not design the face shell for it, but I did 3D print it and all that fun stuff. So yeah, we're going to work on more of this later because we have finished a couple pieces now. Excuse me. There's some more clips that we printed. This is for a lot of the suit. These are for the... These are the little details that go like on the clips of the jacket. Thank you. And then these are the details that go on like here. When I first started doing cosplay, I started with like really beginner sewing and beginner foam work. Now I do the 3D printing because the detail is just better. So I kind of prefer it because just having good details on things, it brings a cosplay a long way. And I can still do that with foam. Like a lot of my Deadpool suit is foam, but I found techniques that make it also a little bit easier, so I'm not just carving away for like an eternity for very little results. But I think that's going to call it for our first YouTube stream. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you so much, House, for switching over, and thank you so much, Glenlit, for hopping in as well. We are going to call it for tonight. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you later. Oh, Comic-Cons are just to have around. I do it for Comic-Cons, and then I also do it for commission. So I make things for people as well. So I will see you guys later. Bye.